Hello, welcome to another live stream. It's been a while since I've done a live giving you information about moving to Ghana. I hope that some of you who are here are looking forward as much as I am to hearing some of the information I'm going to be sharing in today's live stream. My name is Ivy Prosper, and my program, Your Guide on Ghana, today's live stream is bringing you information about the new Diaspora Info Pack that has been introduced by the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. And I will wait a few minutes as people join. I have a few people joining right now. Thank you to those of you who have joined this live stream today. I don't plan on being here for a long time today. I plan on doing 1 hour to bring you information about the Diaspora Info Pack, which is great information for people who are thinking about moving to Ghana, if you're thinking about investing in Ghana, or you just are just curious and you want information about the country. It's also helpful if you're considering moving to different countries in Africa as well, because although each country has its own way of doing things, there are some things that you can consider going from country to country that may have some similarities. In any case, if you are here joining the live, please do drop something into the comments so that I can know that you are here. And I don't want to get too much into what the meat of the conversation is until a few more people join the live stream. So I don't want to get into repeating myself. But as I said, this is a live stream of Your Guide on Ghana. I hope that you can hear me. I have my earpiece in. Today, as I said, I am discussing the Diaspora Info Pack, which was introduced by the Ghana Investment Promotion Center this week. Thank you, Abdul Sharif, for joining this live stream today. I really appreciate it. And Valisha Carter, thank you for joining from North Carolina. Thank you so much. Ofabia Ofe from Houston, Texas, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. As I said, Roots Diaspora from Minnesota. Wow, thanks for joining on this Sunday afternoon for you. Today is Sunday evening for me. Susan's Tribe, hello, thanks for joining. Regis Demerson from Detroit, hello. Queen Irie, everyone who's joined, thank you so much for joining and spending your Sunday afternoon with me today. I am going to be on for 1 hour today to talk to you about the Diaspora Info Pack. Now, the Diaspora Info Pack has been introduced by the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. The Ghana Investment Promotion Center, often referred to as GIPC, is an organization that helps, let me put their website onto the screen, the GIPC. They help with starting business in Ghana. And they've also started the Diaspora Investment Desk. Their Instagram page is Diaspora Investment Desk, and you can follow them to get more information about being a diasporan who's making the move to Ghana, making investments in Ghana, starting business in Ghana. So again, it's the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, gipc.gov.gh is their website, who have introduced this new Diaspora Info Pack. So I'm going to go through a little bit of the information that they've shared in this info pack that they released this week. Once again, thank you everyone who has joined the live stream today. Celine Derrick from the UK, thank you for joining. I appreciate all of you for being here. Now, the first thing that I want to mention that the Diaspora Info Pack shares, first of all, they talk a bit about the fact that the pandemic has had a big disruption in business, not only in the rest of the world, but also in Ghana. And the Ghana Investment Promotion Center really wants to provide information that helps people understand some of the opportunities that are available to people who are making the transition to Ghana, making the move to Ghana, despite some of the challenges that are being faced around the world. They are very much interested in working with the diaspora community, and they want to, make it an opportunity to build a relationship with the community who are considering coming to Ghana. So now one of the big things that people ask is, why Ghana of all the countries? They look at Ghana as being a gateway to Africa, a gateway to West Africa, doing business in West Africa. And with everything becoming more globalized and more connected, um, because of the economic challenges as a result of the pandemic, we know that nobody is an island. So it's important that we understand that we all work together in getting change to happen. Ghana continues to be one of the fastest growing economies in the world, despite some of the challenges that have been faced over the last almost 2 years now, after the pandemic. So, but Ghana continues to be resilient. Now, I want to share something on the screen with you, because some people don't really know that Ghana is divided up into 16 regions. So on the screen right now, what I've shared with you is the 16 regions of Ghana. Each of these regions has its own unique differences from Greater Accra. Most people know about Greater Accra, the metropolitan center. They know about the central region where we have Cape Coast and Elmina, most notably because of the forts, the dungeons that were used during the transatlantic slave trade have become tourist sites that many people visit. So people are familiar with the central region because of those two tourist attractions. And then we have the Ashanti region, which is quite well known because of the Ashanti Kingdom. People know about Kente cloth. They know about the king of the Ashanti Kingdom. So it's a known region in Ghana. People know a little bit about the eastern region a little bit because of the mountains, the paragliding festival that happens. But people don't often know about some of the other regions in the country. Let me take a moment before I continue to welcome others who've joined. Paperflow Designs, thank you for joining. Kwame Olatunji, thank you for joining. Timothy Hunter, thank you for joining and spending your Sunday afternoon for some of you, Sunday evening for others, depending on your time zone. So let me put that map back on the screen so that you can see, because some people have never really seen that Ghana is divided into these 16 regions. So you see that there's the Volta region on the east side of Ghana. You have the OT region, you have the northern region, you have the northeast and the upper east region. And then on the west side of Ghana, you see on the map, on the very top is the upper west, which also borders Burkina Faso and Ivory Coast. You have the Savannah region just below that. You have the Brong-Ahafo region below that as well. You have the Ahafo region. You have the Western North, the Western region. And in the middle, you can see in the middle there is the Ashanti region, the Bono East region. You see the Eastern region in there and the Central region. Greater Accra is the smallest region, but it is the most populated region. So I hope that this map is a little bit helpful for some of you who may have never really seen that Ghana has been divided into 16 regions. A lot of times people think of Ghana as one monolith and don't think about the different areas that you can consider to live or to do investments in, to do in different types of industries in, depending on where you choose to go. Thank you for joining Kwame Osei from London. Good evening. Evangelist Bright TV, it's been a while. Miss you, Sal, the best. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Tabasco, wow, Ghana's a big country. Yes, it is. It's quite divided into different areas that people don't usually know about or they don't consider. So I just wanted to show you that map so that you get an idea of what Ghana is encompassed into. So they talk about in the new Diaspora Info Pack released by the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. They talk about 5 different reasons that you can choose to invest in Ghana. So these 5 reasons they talk about, the first one they talk about is that Ghana is a stable democratic climate. It is one of the countries that is known to have one of the best judicial systems, and it is the first in West Africa and 4th in Africa for the Global Peace Index. as far as the democracy, the democratic climate. And it's ranked being one of the most stable political environments in the West African region, and then eighth in Africa overall. And so they've had a peaceful transition from election to election for many years now. So it is something that people look at. They look at stability in a country before they make a decision to move there or invest there. The number two reason that they say in the info pack that is a good reason to invest in Ghana is the ease of doing business. Although there are a lot of challenges with doing business in Ghana when you compare it to if you live in the US or you live in Europe, Canada, wherever it may be, you come to Ghana and then you feel that there's some challenges that you may experience. In the scope of, excuse me, in the scope of the continent of Africa, it is actually ranked the third best place to do business in West Africa. And this is according to a report that's called the Ease of Doing Business report that was from 2020, that Ghana was ranked third for ease of doing business. And it's also considered to be one of the best destinations for doing investments in West Africa, and one of the most competitive as well. So when it comes to competition, it's important that you figure out what kind of business you want to get into, because although there is the ease of doing business in Ghana compared to other African countries, there's a lot of competition. And with a lot of competition, you have to make sure you find a way to create a niche for yourself so that you stand out. Now, let me continue. Before I continue, I will welcome those who are joining and some comments. I haven't done this in so long that I'm reading comments and forgetting to put them on the screen. So Kwame Osei says, the North is often not talked about, but you have wildlife in the form of Mole National Park. I think he made a spelling error just by mistake. It's M-O-L-E, Mole National Park. Thank you for that comment. So let me go back, because I know I missed putting some of these comments on the screen, because it has been a while since I've done a live stream. We have Kofi here, who said good vibes before I came on. He was already waiting to come on. We have Abdul Sharif. I'm interested in both relocating and obtaining my dual citizenship in Ghana. That's great, Abdul. We get asked about citizenship on a regular basis. It is something that you have to actually be living in Ghana to apply for. It's not something that's automatic when you are out of the country. So you have to be living here as a resident for some time before you can actually apply for the citizenship. But that's great to hear. We have Felicia Carter here. I'm just going to put all these messages on the screen that I read earlier and didn't put up on the screen. From North Carolina, we've got Alfeba Ofe from Houston, Texas. Roots Diaspora from Minnesota. Thank you so much for being here. Susan's Tribe. Queen Irie, good evening. Regis from Detroit, thank you for being here. We have Celine Derrick from the UK. Jay from the UK, very insightful. You are very welcome. Thank you so much for joining today. Paperflow Designs. And then one of my regulars here, Kwame Olatunji, thank you so much for joining. Timothy Hunter is here in the house. We have the message from Kwame Osei, Evangelist Bright TV. And then we've got Tabasco, who had said Ghana's a big country. Yes. Theophilus Asante, hello, how are you? Ghana's not that big. Texas is bigger, Evangelist Bright says. Well, you know, I think that a lot of people just thought of Ghana as one space, well, as like one big monolith. And when you see it divided, you realize that there's more to the country than Greater Accra. Theophilus, how are you doing? Yes, I'm good. Thank you for asking. Hope you are also well. Felicia Carter says, thank you for the visual. You are most welcome. I thought it was very important for people to see. Tabasco says Texas is a very big state. Texas is a very big state. I think it is the biggest state in the U.S. And then here was where Kwame Osei had said the North is not often talked about, but you have wildlife from Mole National Park. Theophilus is watching from Sweden. Thank you so much for joining from Sweden. Cosmic Coiled says Democrats are just as the words show. I didn't know Ghana had a national park until recently. Yes, they do. They do. A lot of people don't venture to the northern region. That park actually has elephants. It's known for the elephant, and they have a really nice area that people can go and relax. And it's just, I haven't been yet myself to the park, but I've seen a lot of visuals of it, and it's on my list of places to go. I have been in the northern region, but I haven't been to that particular park. Stella Chanelli. Hey, Stella. I have somebody who's calling me while I'm on a live stream. I am on a live stream. I don't know what it is about when I'm in the middle of doing something and then people are calling me when I'm in the middle of doing something. I have put my phone onto do not disturb so that I would be able to do this live stream. The last time I did a live stream, some of you may have been watching. I had a lady interrupt me it was an awkward situation, and now I'm having another awkward situation that someone is knocking my gate while I'm in the middle of a live stream. And I am not going to stop the live stream to go and answer the door, because if they didn't call me in advance before to tell me they were coming, I am not getting up to go and answer the door. I have to continue with this live stream as planned. I had said I was doing this for an hour. And so once the hour is up, I'll figure out who was at my gate knocking to come and say hello. Stella, it's so good to see you here. Thank you so much for joining. I have Benjamin Alote from Alabama. Thank you so much for joining. Booming financial sector makes it easier for business, banking, money transfer, etc. Yes, there is a booming sector of business in the economic sector of Ghana. Let me show this here. Okay. So, excuse me. Here's Ghana Okay, so my apologies. My apologies. My apologies. I have this person still at my gate, shouting at my gate. So I need to pause. My apologies. My apologies, everyone. I'm back. Let me take this off the screen here. I'm back. Lost my light. Live streams, man. Live streams. Doing live streams. You just never know. You just never know what to expect. So let me go back to the comments and see if, yeah, anything is possible when you're live. Anything is possible when you're live. And let's see, how I was watching, the woman was asking for money. Yes, awkward. Yeah, really bad timing. Really bad timing. Let's see. Tabasco said no sound. There was no sound because I stepped away from the live. I left the map on the screen and stepped away from the live because I had someone that was at my gate and was repeatedly knocking and actually started shouting. And I didn't want the neighborhood to think that there was some urgency or something that's happening while I am actually on the live. I didn't want anybody to think it was like an emergency, that something has happened to me while I'm not answering the door. So yeah, so thank you for your patience. Social media isn't isolated as regular network television, and even they get interruptions. Yes, that is true. Thank you. We understand. How long have you been in Ghana? I heard you speaking Tree with your visitor. Oh, did you hear me? Did you hear what I said? Oh my gosh. I have been in Ghana since 2016, but I learned to speak Tree from my mom. I'm so thrown off now. I was in a vibe, and it just kind of threw my energy off. So I'm trying to get my energy back. I'm trying to get my energy back. Let me try to get my energy back. Let me try to get my energy back. So good evening and hello. Lisa GTO, good evening. Thank you for joining. Alicia says, breathe. I'm planning a visit in the near future. What are protocols in place for visitors? Right now, you need to have a COVID test before coming to Ghana. Oh, just as I was saying it, someone's asked the question. Yes, COVID tests are still needed in Ghana. And also, so COVID test 72 hours before you get on your flight to come to Ghana, and then a COVID test when you arrive in Ghana. So, and that arrival test, I know there's been a lot of debate on the cost of the test. That test is $150 US when you arrive in Ghana, and then the cost of the test when you're leaving is whatever the cost of the place you go to in your home country is charging. So yeah, Ghana is still requiring that test, regardless of if you have been vaccinated or not. So I know that there's controversies over vaccination. Ghana does not require you to be vaccinated in order to come to Ghana. So it's not mandatory to be vaccinated to come to Ghana. Just the testing is necessary. Ivy, could you try to interview the Fugees when they arrive in Ghana? I hope so. I hope so. I hope I get a chance to. That would be a wonderful, great opportunity to do so. I saw them in concert many, many years ago in Toronto, before they were super famous. And it would be really great to see them this time around and to actually have an interview with them. So I hope so. I really do. There, for those of you who don't know, the Fugees have added Ghana as one of their tour dates. Accra, Ghana, as one of their tour dates on their tour. So yeah, $150. This is a lot for a family. Yes, it is. It's $150 for each person. So yes, it does get costly, and it has been something that has been a deterrent for people traveling to Ghana due to the cost. But Ghanaian citizens pay $50. Non-Ghanaian citizens pay $150. Yeah, so I think ECOWAS countries also, if I'm not mistaken, so if you're a citizen of one of the West African countries, I believe that theirs is also less than the $150. But I'd have to reconfirm that. But I know for sure it is $50 for Ghanaian citizens for the test. Okay, so let me continue with, excuse me, I had started talking about the 5 reasons for doing business in Ghana, 5 reasons to invest in Ghana, based on the information that the Ghana Investment Promotion Center had provided in their new Diaspora Info Pack. So in the Diaspora Info Pack, the 5 reasons to invest in Ghana. The first one was stable democratic climate. The second one was ease of doing business that I went through. The third one is accessibility. Ghana is geographically closer than any other country in the planet. Closer to the center of the world than any other country in the planet. So there's 0 degrees, longitude, latitude, Greenwich Meridian equator, where that line crosses. Ghana, the city of Tema in Ghana is classified as being the closest place that human beings live to the center of the earth. So the actual center crosses in the ocean, but the closest place that people live is actually in Tema, Ghana. So they're strategically marketing it as being the center of the world, and that the flying time from Ghana to parts of America, Europe, that because of it being the center and spreading out, that it makes it an geographically accessible place. So it's something that they have been promoting. And then also the airport is considered to be one of the best airports in the world. So they're talking about that being something that's easy to travel through. And then the port the port in Tema is one of West Africa's largest ports, and they are in the process of doing some upgrades to the port. But right now, it is known as being one of the biggest in West Africa as far as receiving shipments of international products. And so it is considered a place that people do business, that people come from other West African countries and have things shipped there as well. The other thing is that the African Continental Free Trade Area was launched earlier this year, and their secretariat office is in Ghana. So that is something that people consider. So I should put that on the screen so that you can know what it is that I'm referring to. If you've missed what I just said, it's called the African Continental Free Trade Area. You can Google that to get more information, but it's sort of like how in Canada and the US, they have the North American Free Trade Agreement between Canada, the United States, and Mexico. So they have free trade of certain products and services between the 3 countries. And the European Union has stuff that they have trade between the countries. So in Africa now, with this African Continental Free Trade Area, the goal is to be doing more trade with other African countries because there's so many resources between each other that they're saying we should be trading with each other and not trading so much outside of the continent. So it was just inaugurated this year, and the Secretariat office is actually in Ghana, and so in Accra, Ghana. And so they're saying that it's helps to promote the accessibility when it comes to business to have that office here. And if you choose to do business in Ghana, it's an opportunity for you to actually leverage that as well. Let me go to the comments again. NC Worker, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining. And then we have John Akpalu. Ivy, thanks for introducing the pristine beaches and general beauty of the Volta region to the diasporans. You are most welcome. I think it's important to see other regions. I do have some more content coming from the Volta region. And then I plan on going to the Upper East region later this year, and then I'll showcase some things from the Upper East region. That's a region I have never been to before, so I'm very excited about going there. They have an arts and crafts festival happening December 26th, and so I'm really looking forward to going and seeing there, and then showing the content from that region as well. Let's see who else we have here. Evangelist Bright says, for a person outside the ECOWAS region, it's $50 for those in the West African regions and Ghanaians coming from abroad. That's regarding the COVID tests. So you've confirmed that. Thank you. Next comment we have Abdul. Accessibility is very important to me. Strategic geographic location. Yeah, it's definitely important to a lot of people when it comes to doing business. Jones D says he thought 150 COVID test fee has been reduced. It has not been reduced yet. It's reduced for Ghanaian citizens and West African citizens. I know it's in discussion, but as far as I know, it hasn't been reduced yet. But I can double check, but as far as I know, it still hasn't been reduced yet. That sounds good. Thank you so much for everybody who has been sharing your comments. So let me continue. The Diaspora Info Pack also says that Ghana has a very competitive and educated workforce. So that means you have access to skilled, trainable labor for the type of work that you want to be doing. And Ghana has one of the highest literacy rates in West Africa. The literacy rate for adults aged 15 and over, according to a recent report, is that it's 76% literacy for people aged 15 or older. So those are things that people consider to be competitive advantages in Africa. Now, one of the things that is challenging to me, in my opinion, is I do believe that the minimum wage rate should change, in my opinion. I think that wages are not fair for Ghanaians. I think wages should be higher, but right now the legal minimum wage in Ghana is, I'm so afraid to even say it because it's like people are going to be shocked. The minimum wage in Ghana. Let me put it on the screen. This is, to me, I feel that if I have a business and I can afford to pay my staff, I would pay them more. But the minimum wage in Ghana by law is 12 Ghana cities, 53 pesos per day, which is equivalent of $2.11 per day. Per day. That is the minimum wage by law in Ghana. I think it should change. It's something that I think should be evaluated. And if I'm an employer, I definitely would pay my staff more. And there are companies that do pay their staff more, but then there are companies who take advantage of it being low and pay people as little as possible. But I do think that it is something that needs to be changed. So yeah, let me go to the comments now. I heard Ghana is building a new train network that would be good for tourism. That would be great for tourism. It's been in discussion. Nobody has broken ground yet, as far as I know, but it's definitely a discussion, and I think it's very important. Jojo Post 64 says, can you imagine someone owning your ports on the continent and closing the port, saying it's shut down indefinitely due to this disease, that disease, etc.? And then we have a comment when I put the wages up, that's slave wages. How are the poor ever going to make it out of poverty? That is my question too. How are they ever get out of poverty? I think it's important to address it. If I'm a business person, I definitely would want to have people paid well for the work that they do, definitely. And Vanessa, thank you for joining, Vanessa. They're building in the Volta region. Definitely. The train line. Oh, so you've seen them building. That's good to know. That is good to know. Because I haven't, as far as I knew, they hadn't broken ground for anything yet. Let me see if I can get the link to get people to join this live stream. Do I have the link? But let me continue while I find the link, because I didn't have the link ready to share. I had planned to, but I must have missed doing that earlier. We have someone saying hello to you, Vanessa, Evangelist Bright TV. Let me continue with what I was sharing with the Diaspora Info Pack. So the next reason that the Ghana Investment Promotion Center says is good to invest in Ghana is the strong resource pool. So basically, they're referring to the natural resources in Ghana. Ghana is known as the #1 gold producing country in Africa. It's also the second largest coke producer in the world, next to Ivory Coast. And Ghana is also the third largest bauxite, has the third largest bauxite reserve in Africa. And there's some controversy with respect to the extraction of the bauxite, but there are a lot of people who are very interested into getting into that industry. raw minerals in Ghana are definitely a very, very important part of investment and business. And for those who are interested in that, it's something that you could look into. But I also think that when you consider those types of industries, it's also important to take in consideration the environment, because there's a lot of corporations that come and get into those mining industries and they don't consider the environment of the local community that are living there. I think it's important to engage with the local community and to figure out what is best when you're doing your business, to have business practices that will respect the environment as well as respect the people who live in those areas, because there unfortunately have been some companies that have come, taken advantage, and then damaged some of the communities. So, for instance, I have family in the Eastern region who their community, the water source is completely destroyed because of the gold mining, and some of it is illegal gold mining that's been happening that has destroyed some of the community. So I think it's important that you respect that when you decide to do business there. Ghana also produces over 189,000 barrels of oil every day. I didn't even realize it was that much until I read this recent report, but it is a lot that Ghana is currently producing. And also the shoreline of Ghana, I know that they're looking to do more development as far as having tourist attractions along the shoreline. There's over 350 miles, which is about 560 kilometers of shoreline across the country with respect to like beaches, the ocean front, that could potentially also be developed into something. But I also, again, think that it's important to respect the environment when doing those kinds of things. So those are some of the reasons that the Ghana Investment Promotion Center has listed in their Diaspora Info Pack as to why you should consider investing in Ghana. There are investment opportunities here that a lot of people don't know about, and I think it's important to consider. I think that one of the top things to consider that they also mention in the pack is agriculture and agro-processing. So production of crops, livestock production, the fishery industry, commercial agriculture. So it's important to look into those industries. Right now, I recently met a farmer who has the biggest sweet potato farm that he exports in Ghana, and he has the sweet potatoes that are the yellow sweet potatoes that are exported that are usually I usually would see in the U.S. Because Ghana, I often saw the white sweet potatoes, but he actually has the yellow sweet potatoes that are really, really, it's like yellowish orange inside, and he has those under. He's the biggest exporter of that in West Africa. So it's amazing to see some of these industries. And this guy left the banking industry to go into farming. So it's definitely something to consider investment in agriculture. Mining is an industry, which I mentioned a little bit earlier when we talked about reasons to invest in Ghana. And then another area that's really growing is in the ICT industry, software development, networking, telecoms, engineering. Finding business solutions that will help support those industries is something that you can certainly look into when you're looking at doing business in Ghana. Tabasco says Ghana is a blessed country. It just needs leadership and vision. I think that there is some vision in Ghana. I think there's a challenge with getting everybody on the same vision. Because you can have, and I'm not saying this about Ghana's president specifically, but I'm saying in general, like in a company, in an institution, you can have somebody who's a leader and may have a vision, but if everyone else around that person doesn't share the same vision, doesn't have the same work ethic, doesn't have an understanding of the vision, then it's hard to execute when you don't have the right people around you to execute the same thing. Mega C, great to see you, Ivy. Hope all worked out well. The incident from you last live chat. Oh, it worked out well. And then this chat, I don't think you were here earlier, I got an interruption again. I'm just like, what are the odds that this happened again? Maybe I should start doing my lives from Accra instead of in Tema. I don't know, but we'll see. Anyway, let's go to the next comment here. Brown Cup Blue, hi Ivy, I hope you're doing well this evening. I am doing great. Carol Hargett, any news on Wakanda City? I know they're doing an event about that in December. I very likely will not be there because the dates that they have chosen to do it conflict with prior commitments that I do have, and it's happening in the Cape Coast area. I did see some information about that. I am definitely not coming to invest in Ghana to pollute the beautiful Black Star. Heck, I wonder Ghana home. we can extract minerals without destroying our nation. I agree. We have to always find ways to do that. Blind guy with his wife, their life. Oh, hi. It's been a long time. Thanks for always mentioning agriculture and providing the other avenues of interest as well. You're most welcome. Agriculture is very important, and people don't realize how important it is to our lives. I mean, we eat food for goodness sake. And I think the pandemic has really shown people how valuable agriculture is as well, because we recognize that when borders were closed and the transportation of goods between countries were locked down, people really felt the crunch and then had to find ways to make it through. And I think Ghana learned more about trying to be self-sustainable when you realize that if you're not able to get stuff delivered, goods delivered from other places, that you really have to rely on what you had. So I think people started to realize and recognize how important, excuse me, the agriculture industry is. Now, another important area that I think should be invested in, and they also mention this in the Diaspora Info Pack, is the healthcare industry. So the healthcare industry, with the growth of our population, with more people coming in from the diaspora communities, and it's important to recognize the value of a good healthcare system. Unfortunately, we have gaps in Ghana when it comes to healthcare. If you have the money or you have the insurance, you have access to better facilities, better equipment. Those who don't have certain levels of income don't always have access to the best facilities. So I think that if there's a way to find a balance where people have healthcare facilities available that are accessible to everyone. I don't work in healthcare, so I don't have the answers as to the infrastructure and how you can build up an infrastructure in a way that it can become accessible to people of all walks of life and economic backgrounds. Because for me, coming from Canada, where we didn't pay to go to see the doctor because it was built into our tax system, it has become quite a foreign thing for me. Adjusting to the system in Ghana, where you're paying for your services, whether you're subsidized because you have insurance or you're partially subsidized with having the National Health Insurance Scheme card. But the National Health Insurance Scheme card also only covers you in certain institutions. It doesn't cover you necessarily everywhere. So that's something to keep in mind. So Ghana is considered to be a middle income economy. It moved out of the poverty economy, and it's a middle income economy is what it's considered to be now. And but I think that there are ways that we can work on trying to build the healthcare infrastructure, because part of the issue is there's also lack of funding for some of the things that are necessary and needed. And I think that there are some things that are preventative that can also be resolved if it's through education, because we also have cultural challenges too. So for example, a lot of people who may need blood are not able to get it because the blood banks are low, because hardly anybody donates blood. Some people have a superstition about donating blood. Some people just don't see the value in doing it. Like there's a bag of reasons why people don't donate blood as much as they could. So the blood banks are often on very low supply. So when someone needs it and that could save their life, it's not available. So that's something that could be solved through education and conversation. And I know I see a lot of blood drives happening to try to teach people the importance of donating blood. And also some people are trying to teach people to donate their own blood for storage in case one day they need it as well. But then there's people who think, well, why would I store my own blood? It means that I'm thinking that something bad's going to happen to me. Those kinds of things, thoughts come to mind as well. So the healthcare system, there's a whole a bunch of things that do need to be worked on. Now, there are some great facilities for healthcare in Ghana. As I said, if you have the money, places like Luca Health, Yaho Clinic, Lister Hospital, there are places that have access to good quality healthcare and services. Now, tourism is another area that the Diaspora Info Pack talks about as something that can be invested in as a viable business in Ghana. And I totally agree, myself working in the tourism industry, that especially since 2019, there's a lot more interest in people traveling to Ghana and seeing what's happening in this country, what's there to offer. And so the tourism industry is definitely one that the diaspora community and a lot of millennials are really getting into starting their own tourism companies. People might finish school and they can't find a job, and they're realizing that, hey, there's people who are coming here and want to see stuff here. They want to see a different perspective. So you can create these small business opportunities to help people in their travels. Whether it's you, if you're outside of Ghana and you're looking at an investment opportunity, maybe you can partner with a local Ghanaian who's a tour guide who knows the lay of the land and can take people around, and maybe you're the investor in the business. There's so many different ways that you can get into the industry, in the food, amusement parks that people are talking about developing, because Ghana is a place that doesn't have a lot of amusement parks the way that we see in other countries. Because I know, like in Canada, we had this place called Canada's Wonderland, where people go on the roller coasters, all those kinds of things that are not really in Ghana. So it's something that could be explored. So I know that there's people who've talked about it, but it is definitely something that can potentially be explored. So let me go to the comments. Bronco Blue says, that was me that was asking about the Volta Fair. So I really appreciate it. Oh, okay. You sent me a message on Instagram about the Volta Fair that's happening in November. Jean Jones says, hi from North Carolina. I want to buy land in Takoradi and build low-income housing. Is there help from the government? The government, when you say help from the government, what specifically do you mean? Are you talking about information, or are you talking about financial? Because I know the government's not providing any financial support for land. But I would like to know specifically what your question is referring to when you talk about government support. I do know that when it comes to the Lands Commission, that's where you should be checking to see if land is available somewhere, if someone owns it already, and finding out all the information about it is through the Lands Commission. And the Lands Commission is a government agency that does the searches and stuff for people to make sure that it is actually land that you can viably have access to, because there is the issue of people getting land and not realizing that someone owns it already. So it's always advisable to check with the Lands Commission first before you get land. But yeah, if you could tell me in another comment, that would be great. Evangelist Bright TV by January 2022. Oh, you must have been chatting with someone. Please hit the like button. Yes, please hit the like button. If you like my content, you can share, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Blind guy, his wife, their life says American healthcare infrastructure is not the one to follow, but there are definitely some things that can be followed, like the blood banks. Yeah, the blood bank situation is definitely something that needs support here for sure. For sure. Hello, I'm looking to come back in 2022. Well, welcome. When you do come, welcome. Amir, hi, what are opportunities you see in Ghana as far as tech sector is concerned? Amir, before I answer your question, please, if Vida is watching, I need to send a message to Vida. Hi, Vida, I love you. You're a sweetheart. Hi, Vida. Auntie Ivy says hi. Okay, that's my message to Vida. Vida's my niece, and she's so cute. So Amir, yes, there are opportunities in the tech sector in Ghana. Particularly, I see the discussions and the conversations happening when it comes to the internet accessibility. Because I'm not really a techie person, but I've heard people have conversations about working towards better connectivity within the country. People talking about satellites. I've heard people talking about those kinds of things. And then people talk a lot about education when it comes to tech, because there's a lot of young people who don't have access to some of the basics, like some of the basic technical tools. So people have talked about technical schools They talked about IT schools to teach people more about the tech industry, information technology, who have experience in the business outside of Ghana, who can bring a lot to the table. So it's definitely something that is growing because Google being here and then Twitter now having offices in Ghana have definitely been having discussions about growth in that industry. As a matter of fact, I even just saw a couple of positions with Google that somebody was talking about to me just this afternoon. I'm not sure if it's something that's in the capacity of your skill, but I know that they have been talking about different things. So definitely the tech space, there are opportunities in that industry to be explored for sure. Great question. Thank you. Excuse me. Let me take a sip of my tea. The West African. What about dry ice production for medical purposes? Oh, I'm not familiar about that one. Great question. That's a great question. Dry ice production for medical purposes. That is a great question. And I think it's something that should be explored. I think you should explore it. I think you should explore it. Let me put the Ghana Investment Promotion Center website on the screen because you can always reach out to them and they could definitely guide you in the direction of where you should go for some of the questions you may have on business opportunities because they have access to so much information. So, excuse me. So I would suggest that you reach out to them through their website. And then they have their Diaspora Investment Desk, which is on Instagram. You can reach out to them as well. And then they can help you with information too. So that's my suggestion with that. So great question about the dry ice. Carol says, I'm interested in giving back and partnering somehow in the area of communication skills and training. I've developed life skills college courses and workforce training workshops. Where do I start? Where should I start? I think it's a good idea for you to reach out to some of the educational institutions. Ashesi University would be a great place to talk to somebody. Excuse me if I pause because I'm just going to write stuff on the screen so that you can see. You could probably talk to someone at Ashesi University to find out about potential opportunities in that field. I'm just thinking now because communications also could fall in line with with media, or you mean specifically like in educate? Well, you're talking education. So and you can create your own courses and start teaching them virtually. That's another alternative as well, is teaching virtually. Oh, she's watching me and saying hi. Hi, Rita. Sorry, I just got distracted there. So when you talk about giving back, are you talking about volunteering your services, or are you talking about just simply partnering with someone who's already doing it? I got the link now to join the stream. I was only going to do this live stream for an hour, but the way the conversations are going today, I think I should be here for longer. Carol, I've just put a link in the chat. Please click on that link and come in the chat if you don't mind. If you're comfortable, I shouldn't just assume you're comfortable because some people don't want to be seen on screen just yet. So if you're not ready to be on screen, you can also email me. So let me just put my email address into the comments, info@ivoryprosper.com. You can email me too if you're not comfortable to come into the live stream. Yeah. So in the meantime, Ghana needs to invest more. The arts, movies, theater, fashion, music. Definitely, there needs to be more investment in those areas. I know the creative industry has been greatly challenged with having investment and having support in what they're doing. So I think it's important. I agree with you, Tabasco, that there needs to be more investment. I know that when it comes to the film industry, that the National Film Authority has really been trying to push the agenda when it comes to supporting the film industry. And then the Black Star International Film Festival just wrapped up, and they've been really doing really well with trying to support local film in their film festival. They tend to open it up more for local films to be able to be screened at the film festival. So that's another way of supporting locally. Hello all from Shay TBD. Shay TBD is giving virtual hugs to blind guy, his wife, their life. Talking about customer service, especially. Oh, Carol, customer service is definitely something that is in need. I think it's a good idea to connect with LXHR Solutions. Let me just get their, I think it's LXHR Solutions. So that you can contact them and they can support you. I'm just trying to find the website right now so that I can put it on the screen for you, but my internet, I don't want to cut the live stream while I'm trying to search for information. So let me put the name of the company. You can do a quick Google search. I'll put it on the screen, and you can do a quick Google search and then contact them, and they can help you out with connecting you. That's LXHR Solutions. They can help out with connecting you. And because in Ghana, everything is, a lot of things are through networking. When you network with people, you get an opportunity to really find out what's going on. So LXHR Solutions might be able to connect you with where to go with that. Then there was also a Diaspora. A Diaspora is an organization that was created to network the diaspora community when they move to Ghana. You can actually connect with them too, and they could probably guide you in the right direction. But it's a good idea to connect with them as well. So I hope that helps. If anything, you can email me, and then we can talk further about it. Oh, thank you so much, Carol. I really appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Hi, Mustoking. Did I say that correct? Mustoking, thank you so much for joining the live stream. Today, I'm talking about the Diaspora Info Pack that was released by the Ghana Investment Promotion Center this past week, which gives information for the diaspora community who are thinking about moving to Ghana or investing in Ghana. Abdi Shakur, thank you for joining. Greetings from Toronto. Seriously thinking about visiting Ghana at the end of the year. Love your work. Thank you so much. Oh, sometimes I really miss Toronto. So thanks for joining. I feel like I got a little piece of Toronto here. Toronto, however you want to say it. T-Dot, the 6. Thank you for joining. People from Toronto will know. So, yes, so I've been talking about the Diaspora Info Pack, which shares a lot of information about doing business in Ghana. Now, going back to Amir, back to your question, I just missed something. There's e-commerce and then data, legal data, database services, data banks, like that kind of stuff is also something that people are looking seriously into, because data collection is also something that people are working at in the tech space, finding ways to get data collection for better information, and then supplying of telecommunication equipment. That's another thing that people are looking at in the tech spaces. So continuing on business opportunities that the Diaspora Information Info Pack talks about the property industry, property and real estate, which a lot of people hear about because we see a lot of YouTube videos. There's a lot of information that shows a lot of the properties that are available in Ghana. So there's opportunities for you to purchase existing property or to build your own property. Now with the cities are changing rapidly in Ghana. And we're seeing that a lot of people who can't get access to buying land or property in Accra are expanding out. So the city of Accra has become so choked, people are expanding out into areas outside of there. So we're finding that there's more people who are investing in other areas um, that are, between an hour to 2 hours outside of Accra. People are purchasing land, building, developing. We're seeing areas like Oyarifa that are starting to get really built up. Prom starting to get really built up. So there's so many areas that people are going outside. So whether it's providing housing for people, property management, or you're introducing new innovations in technology when you're building homes. So, for instance, there's a property development country that is working on building smart homes in Ghana. And smart homes are something that are not a common thing, but it's something that there is a business that's working on that right now. They're called the Golden Coast developers, and they are building smart homes in Ghana. So that's a technology-driven thing into your home that I'm sure is definitely going to be something that sees a lot of growth in the future. So a lot of people are going into real estate because it's definitely a quick growing industry. So let me go to the comments really quickly. Jay Berger, hi Ivy, quick one. I'm interested in the agriculture sector. Is GIPC still focused on export of agricultural commodities by diaspora community than selling locally to retail traders in Ghana? You'd have to ask them that question specifically. I think that the reason why GIPC or GEPA, GEPA. So GIPC may lead you to export, but once you want to do export, then you have to deal with the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, which GEPA. I think that's the loophole to be able to do business in Ghana when you don't have residency status or when you don't have the money to start a business. So, for instance, you don't need to have a large sum of money to invest in a business in Ghana when you're exporting. That's based on the types of industries you're doing. And with exporting outside, you're not required to be a fully registered company in Ghana, like if you're supplying local businesses. So like that's why you see people will come to Ghana, they'll buy all kinds of paintings and arts and crafts, and then they ship them out, and they're selling them out in America or wherever they're going because they're exporting. They're not trying to sell it within. So when you're trying to sell it within, now you have to have that minimum threshold, which I believe is $500,000 to start a business in Ghana. But if you're exporting, then you don't need that because you're exporting. But if you partner with a local Ghanaian, you need 250,000 US dollars to register a business. So that could be the reason why they're focusing on diasporans exporting, because it's that loophole that you get around because you're exporting rather than trying to sell locally, because it makes a difference. But there are certain industries that you can do that you don't have to have that big investment. You can talk to them about which specific industries those are to know. But that is probably why. And thank you so much, Jones D, for the super chat. I really appreciate it so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. It's always great to see. Thank you so much, Jones D. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And let's go back to the comments here. Let me go. I think I skipped one by mistake. Okay. Mega C, I need to come home. The real segregation has begun here. Segregation in Canada? What? What's going on? Oh my gosh. Oh, what's going on? What is going on? Shay TBD, I'll be prosper. Will the Diaspora Info Pack include a list of responsive turnkey builders, contractors? I find piecemealing a build is extremely tedious, time consuming, ends up more costly. I suggest that you reach out to the Diaspora Investment Desk. They're actually really responsive on their Instagram page. I just put it on the screen. They're actually really responsive on their Instagram page. If they have an answer for you, don't mind me, I'm stirring my tea. If they have an answer for you, they will respond right away. If not, they'll look for it and get back to you. So that's on Instagram, the Diaspora Investment Desk. I just put it on the screen. So I'm drinking, you can see the color of my tea. I'm drinking hibiscus tea. Hibiscus leaves grow here in Ghana. They're really good for you. It's very healthy for you. So I'm having hibiscus tea. All right, so let me go back to the comments. I'm sure you're not going to miss the Toronto winter. No, I am not going to miss the winter. No, I have not missed winter at all. At all. Richmond says, peace, family. Peace. Thanks for joining, Richmond. I'm a contractor in Canada. I'm putting my plans in place to be part of the housing industry there. Awesome. 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 Let me go, keep going. Greetings, Ivy, Prosper, and family. Johnny Boy, thank you for joining. Ivy, do not think about leaving YouTube space. You provide very factual and useful information. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it so much. I try my best when I have the energy. I haven't had the energy to do some lives in a while like this, or the time, because I've been so occupied, and then I've had a lot of other things that have been going on. So, but it's nice to be here and sharing this information with you. Good one there, Sister Ivy. Thank you, Johnny Boy. Thank you so much. Jonesy, your Malcolm, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And back or no back? Wait, back or no back? Do you mean vacation or no vacation? Oh, Osa and Flo. Hi, Osa and Flo. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Hotep, oh, this is a conversation between two people here. The West African says, my mom's Ghanaian. Can I take advantage and not pay all that $500,000? If your mother's Ghanaian, you can actually apply for citizenship directly through your mother. So for people who are thinking about citizenship, because I have a lot of people asking about citizenship, if you have a Ghanaian parent or a Ghanaian grandparent, there is a process that you can actually get citizenship. It had gone out for a second, but it's back. So yeah, you can get citizenship through a parent or a grandparent when you have one parent or a grandparent who's Ghanaian. So you can definitely do that. Yes. Blind guy, his wife, their live streams are at least easier than editing. We just want any glimpse of Ghana. We are appreciative. You're welcome. Yes, the live stream is good. The live stream is good because I can share information. I don't have to worry about editing. But it's great to also connect with those of you who are watching and answer questions directly as much as I can. So let me go back to what the info pack was sharing, some of the information in the info pack. I want to talk about a sector that people don't often think about is the finance industry. When they're coming to Ghana, people don't think about the finance industry, but I know that the banking industry is often looking for people who are willing to work in the banking sector in Ghana. Also, people who are willing to offer training or have skills in cyber crime is another area that goes to tech, but it also affects the financial industry. Quite that people are looking at as well for people who are interested. But one thing I also want to always make sure people know is that sometimes when you are making the transition to Ghana, there's a lot of companies that the salaries are not going to match up to the salaries you may have been used to in your home countries. Some places will have lower salaries, but there are places that have competitive salaries when you are in higher level positions. So based on what your skill sets are, so for instance, like say you work in banking for 10 years in your home country, it may be something that will be leveraged for you when you come here to be able to get a more respectable salary or a higher salary depending on your positions. So when you have a lot of experience, you can go for some of those roles that are like country manager roles, director roles, the higher level positions that will offer you things that will also get perks, because some of the companies even offer you helping to pay your rent. Some companies will pay for a car. Some companies provide those kinds of services for you when you're in high level positions, particularly if you're recruited from outside the country. So often I advise people that if you're looking to work for a company, it's best to get recruited before you come, because if you're being recruited, you have more leverage to ask for higher salaries or the perks like the car and the rent, that kind of thing, before you make the move. When you make the move and you're already here, it's harder to have that kind of leverage when you're trying to negotiate for your salaries. And because of the lower salaries in some areas, that's the reason why a lot of people go into entrepreneurship, because the potential to earn a lot more is better in entrepreneurship than when you're actually working for a company. Okay, so going back to the businesses, career opportunities that you can have in investing in Ghana, the energy sector. I'll say it again, the energy sector. Because I mean, you've heard me and you've heard other people talk about how the power goes off in some places. There's some places where the power situation is worse than others. There's other places where it's completely stable, and that is something that if you're willing to go into. So for like solar energy, I know of people who have come to Ghana and they've started businesses that are focused on the using solar energy, and that is something that is very important and very needed. And I think it's something that if you have long-term goals, you can definitely be one of the key players and leaders in that industry. So the UN has, set a goal that they want people to have access to sustainable, the Sustainable Development Goals. So they have a goal for by 2030 to have people around the world having access to stable electricity. And one of the ways to do that is through solar power. So I really strongly believe in solar power, and I think it's one of the areas that can really be growing in the country. And that only happens with people who are willing to invest and see the long term, the long haul. Let me go to the comments. Let's see. I think I'm missing some. Okay, let me go here. What's up? Says I was Ghanaian. Okay, I answered that question already. Let's go. Oh, Mega C was talking about vaccine or no vaccine is a segregation in Canada. Oh, okay. I see stuff on the news all the time. Yeah. Kwame Osei says, personally, I do not think that diaspora should be coming to the motherland to look for a job, as there is massive unemployment in Ghana and are denying locals much needed jobs, to create jobs. It's true that unemployment are high in Ghana. I have to say that yes, unemployment is an issue, but I also think one of the issues is and this will be controversial, Kwame. I also think that we have a generation of youth that don't want to work. We have those who want to work, but we also have a lot of people who either they don't want to work, or we have people who have a sense of entitlement and think that they should just get something given to them and to work for it. But then we have the group of people who genuinely want to work, want to find work. I say this because, let me give an example. Just over a month ago, not even a month ago, there was somebody who tweeted on Twitter in Ghana that he was looking for a videographer, and 20 people agreed to come to the interview. 20 people agreed to come to the interview, and only 2 people showed up. 20 people agreed and only 2 showed up. And so this Twitter conversation began. There was another person who, a person I know, who also was looking for somebody for staff, and she said she's had a challenge with finding staff as well. And so this conversation happened about, do young people want jobs? And in the Twitter conversation that I was having, someone actually suggested that going to a job interview was suffering. And I was like, if you think going to a job interview is suffering, we have a problem. We have a serious problem. She was like, how hard do we need to work? How hard do we, I can't remember verbatim, but the summary was basically how we have to work to get the job. And it's like, why is it hard? A job interview is essential. A job interview is essential. So, yeah. So we have that group, and we have, so I had actually interviewed some young people quite some time ago for potential internship. And one of them, during the interview, she proceeded to tell me that she left the job she was at before because it was too hard and she wanted something that was easy. And all I thought to myself was, this is what you're telling the person who's interviewing you, that you left your last job because it's too hard and you wanted something that was easy? This makes sense to me. And this is just a couple of examples. I've had a lot of conversations with young people who really, they want high level position. They want to be making a lot of money, but they don't want to do the work necessary to get there. They see Instagram, they see social media, and they think that successful people just woke up one day and they're successful. And it's like, those people put in the time and put in the work, So I think we have a problem also, young people who don't want to do internships. We have people who don't want to church. I feel like we could have less unemployment in Ghana. I'm not saying all of them are not proactive. I want to get backlash here that I'm saying youth are. There is a proportion of them who are not proactive, and a portion who are working. But I think that we really need to work on the ones who won't do anything, because I've actually quite a few of those situations. I'd like to work with an electrical engineer to teach kids how to repurpose batteries to build energy storage systems. That's awesome. That's really awesome. That's really awesome. I'm trying to think if I know any. Oh, let me engineers. I feel like they could potentially connect you with someone, or that organization Solar Taxi could potentially connect you with someone who does that kind of work. Let me video, because I don't know if some of you saw that video, because it's one of the videos that I did on YouTube that I thought was going to trend, and it didn't trend. I was like, how did this not trend? How is it that people going to be attracted to when it comes to content that you share online? But it's one of the videos that I expected was going to get a lot of traction. But let me just get the link and share it with you. Solar Taxi. They could probably connect you with somebody, Shay, or you can send me an email and I can send you their email to get more information. Send me an email. My email is info@ivyprosper.com. And share it with you. There we go. I hope you can see me. I've seen my internet cutting in and out now. I have a comment here about the West African says, can you please elaborate more about the data collection business? I'm in tech and I have an empty office set up in Kaswa, hijacked in my mom's house. That's awesome. I know somebody who works in data collection. Please send me an email and I'll connect you. The West African. Please send me an email and I'll connect you. All right? Please do send me an email and I'll connect you to the person I know in data collection. Make sure when you send the email to me, you put in the subject line that you're the person who's doing that data collection. It wants data collection information, because I get a lot of emails and people don't put specific information in the emails. And then I'm just like, because I talk to a lot of people. And so sometimes I might miss something. So please do put it in the subject line so that I don't miss it. All right. Let's see who else is here. Jeffrey McCoy. Viola, congrats on your book. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. That's my book. Your Essential Guide on Moving to Ghana, is available on Amazon. I also contributed to a book by Diallo Sumbri, and the book is called Your Ghana Repatriation Guide. And so that's another book that I contributed to as well. Thank you, Viola. Tabasco says, I'm noticing many diaspora coming to Ghana are becoming very culturally insensitive. Example, giving money with the left hand, excuse me, and not respecting local Ghanaians. Could this be a problem in the future? I think that it's important to note that it's very likely not intentional. It's very likely not intentional. So, I mean, I'm Ghanaian. I was raised in Canada. Nobody cared whether you gave something to someone with your right hand or your left hand. If you can imagine, let's say somebody's been living their whole life not thinking about which hand they use to give something to someone. 20 years of their life, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years of their life, they've been doing something without having to think, which hand am I handing it? And then you move somewhere that people are offended when you use your left hand, but it's not something you ever had to think about before. As human beings, we are automatic with things. When you wake up, you're breathing. Nobody tells you to breathe. When you wake up, you start walking to the washroom. Nobody tells you that you have to walk to the washroom. It's automatic. Just like what you do things with your hands, it's automatic. It's hard to come out of something that that you're used to before and to go into something you're not used to. So a lot of the times it's not intentional. It's not that they're purposely being insensitive. It's that you're not used to something and now you're trying to adjust to something else. Just like when my parents left Ghana with me as a baby and moved to Canada, there are things they weren't used to and had to adjust to, and took them a long time to adjust to this different society, this different way of doing things, this different way of saying things. So I think that at the same time that when Ghanaians are seeing that there's more people who are not native to Ghana, or didn't live in Ghana their whole lives, who are coming into the country, I think people also have to take that into consideration, that people are not doing it intentionally. I went to buy fruit at a fruit stand, and I'm left-handed, so I gravitate with my left, and I have to consciously think about which hand I'm using when I'm doing stuff in Ghana, which is hard. And so one day I just was in my natural mode and I wasn't thinking, and I picked up a mango. I picked it up with my left hand. I was like, oh, I think I want this mango. The lady at the stand lost it. She was shouting at me and telling me how disrespectful I was. And she lost it. And the man behind her, who was sitting on the bench, he was like, oh, madame, you don't hear her accent? She didn't grow up here. So she's not used to it. Please just be gentle. She didn't do it on purpose, because where she comes from, they don't do that. They don't do that. So you have to understand that she didn't do this to you on purpose. So I think that, so he understood that I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't do it on purpose. It wasn't intentional. So I think it's important that we look at both sides and understand that you have people who are used to something in one place, people are used to something in another place, who are coming together in the same space and trying to um, work together and understand. So please take it that it's not necessarily intentional. A lot of times it's just a natural thing. It's not on purpose. Kwame, oh my sister, that is not fair. You should look at their background and system of education. Yes, the background and system of education, that's going back to when I was talking about the unemployment issue. I think that I do agree that the education system has a large part to do with some of the challenges, because we have an education system in Ghana where for the most part, I'm not saying all schools are like this, but for the most part, students are taught not to challenge authority. So they grow up not challenging authority. The other thing is people are taught to memorize. So people just know memorize A, B, C, D, and you have the answers. People don't think outside the box. We have young people who don't take initiative. But I feel like that should be changing with our society we're in, because a lot of them are looking at things online. They're looking at things on Facebook. They're looking at things that people are doing around the world to become successful. I think it's an opportunity to share some of this information too, because I do my best to share with people, young people, when I have conversations with them, so that they can understand that you have control over getting your future. You have control, somewhat have some control over doing something. So for example, I met a young lady at a gas station, or a filling station as they call it in Ghana. And she was working there, and she was sitting down, and I actually asked her if she enjoys her job. I purposely asked her that question, and her hesitancy let me know she didn't enjoy her job. And I said, what is it that you really want to be doing? She said she wants to be doing fashion design. And I said, so what are you doing to do fashion design while you're working here? And then she just sat there looking at me, and I was like, you should be doing something to work towards that goal that you have. Why are, like, you could be doing something. I was like, do you have an Instagram page? And she's like, yeah. You have a Facebook page? Yeah. So you could be selling stuff on your pages. There's people using Instagram and Facebook to sell stuff all the time here in Ghana. And I mean, anywhere. And but I used Ghana as the context for her to understand. And I said, even if you sew, because she said she knows how to sew, even if you sew one skirt or two skirts and you post it on your page and say you're selling it, you'll sell it to someone eventually. And then that's your start of your building blocks. And then as that grows, you can eventually leave your job at the gas station. And she was like, she didn't think of that. She was just waiting to get a job with a designer, or waiting to get a job somewhere to get into fashion. And I was like, you can start your fashion now. You don't have to wait. So that's part of the initiative thing. So whenever I have conversations with young people, I always try to challenge them. I met a kid who said, he's like 13 years old. He said his dream is to be a footballer, or as we would say in North America, a soccer player. And I was like, so why are you out here chilling with your friends? You're sitting out here chilling with your friends. You should be practicing. If you're 13 years old, 12, 13 years old, and you want to be a professional soccer player, professional football player, you shouldn't be sitting here. You should be practicing, because this is the age when you should be perfecting your skills, not chilling. Like, he was just straight chilling. I see the kid there all the time. He's just chilling. It's like, you should be practicing. And so those are examples. I think that it's our responsibility as adults to also talk to young people, to show them that they can do the things necessary to reach the goals that they have in mind. Let's see the next comment. People are chatting in the comments. That's great. I'm glad people are seeing people they know in the comments. Thank you, everyone who's joined today. I had planned on only being on this live for an hour, and I've been on for an hour and a half now. I will be trying to wrap it up soon. African Excellence Movement says, Ivy, can you clarify your statement you made about people moving to Ghana for the hype? Which statement did I make about people going to Ghana for the hype? Please tell me the statement I made. I know that I was on a live stream with Vanessa Camby and with Nabuke and with Anna Champong. And the title of the video, I think the title of the video was "Are People Moving to Ghana for the Hype?" But I don't remember making a statement specifically about that. But please tell me the statement that I made so that I can clarify it for you, because we were on that live for quite a while, so I don't remember all the exact things that were said. Let me go back. Let's go back. Okay, you're saying in reference to YouTubers. I don't think that YouTubers are people doing YouTube are moving to Ghana for the hype. I think I had made a comment on one of my channels about everybody and their mama's doing YouTube. Should I stop? Because there's a lot of people who are arriving, they land, and then they're doing YouTube channels. And it's no disrespect to anyone. I just was wondering, I was like, okay, the space is getting crowded. Is there space for me? Is there space for everyone? Because there's so much content out there that sometimes you're about to do a video on something, and then you see that, so many people have done the same video. Then you're like, okay, I don't feel comfortable doing that now because so many people have done that particular topic. Whereas before I was feeling like we all can do the same topic, but do it differently. But I feel like in the YouTube space, it's starting, for some viewers, it becomes repetitive. But at the same time, it's just like the news. When I think about it, because it's like you can watch something that's on CNN, BBC, NBC, Al Jazeera, all these different channels, and it's the same news story, but it's being told differently. So YouTube space is becoming like that. So I think I was just, if it's about my channel, when I made that comment about everybody's doing YouTube, I was simply referring to that there's so many people doing it that I was wondering if there was space that if I should take a break from doing it. But on Vanessa's channel, when I was on the live and they were talking about moving to Ghana for the hype, she was talking about people asking her if she moved to Ghana for the hype, because it seems like because there's so much content on Ghana on YouTube, that some people feel like there's so much hype about Ghana right now. Let's go to the comments. We're living vicariously through Ivy since we're stuck for a while managing family stuff. Oh, you guys are having conversations. Chats in the comment section. I love it. Love the chats in the comment section. Thank you so much, everybody who's joined this live today. I started off today talking about the Diaspora Info Pack, which was released by the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, that was giving information about moving to Ghana, investing in Ghana. And I just wanted to share some of the information that was in that info pack that they had shared, and that you could visit their website to get more information from the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. And we've been having some great conversation here. I hope that my internet is okay. There's been a couple of times that I have been, it looks like I was cut out, and I see a couple of comments here that looks like I was cut out a little bit. Thank you so much for people doing the super chat. I really appreciate it. I think I missed one that was here. Obora Mensa says, I'm Ghanaian living in UK, sister. I agree with you. They don't want to work, but they want money. My African Affairs says, hello there. My African Affairs. Is this My African Affairs? The one from Twitter? If it is, please tell me. Jones D. Talking about job interviews and employment, there's so much corruption and nepotism, and some people don't even want to waste their time going for interviews knowing they wouldn't get the job. I can understand about nepotism because it is something that I hear about a lot in Ghana with respect to finding work. But I think that it's important that we don't cut out our opportunity by just assuming that nepotism is going to win. I could have easily been like, nepotism is going to win. I'm not going to go for my interview with Ghana Tourism Authority for the social media job because there's lots of people who are friends with people on the inside or relatives with people on the inside who could have got the job, right? I think that it's important that we have to remove the negative mindset from our minds. And yes, there's going to be potential nepotism anywhere because it happens in other parts of the world too, not just in Ghana. There's nepotism is a big thing. People hire their family members. I mean, people hire family members. They hire relatives, cousins, friends. It happens everywhere, you know. And I mean, it's not something that you should allow you to say, I'm not going to go and prove that I'm the best person for the job. You shouldn't just say, well, I'm not going to get it and then stay home. You should go and try, because you don't even know who you're going to meet on the way. You may not get that job, but you might meet somebody on the way who might have been the person who gets you a lead somewhere else. So I think that we have to try to get the negative mindset out. That's my opinion, based on my interactions with people. Shay TBD says, I agree with Ivy. There are a lot of young flakers. Job commitment is an issue. A guy in Kumasi talks about how stressful his beverage counting job is. That was a conversation with Kwame Osei. Yeah, we've got to, you know, we've got to eliminate that mindset. Benjamin Alate, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it so much. Let's see, where else? What if the person is naturally left-handed? I'm naturally left-handed. Many people in the world that are not intentionally trying to offend. I am left-handed, and I'm never naturally. I'm always consciously having to think about it. I find that it's more of a challenge with the more senior population, with the elder population, rather than the younger population tends to not be as outraged by it. Yeah. So for those who don't know, the left hand thing comes from the belief that your left hand is not clean, because in the olden days, when people will use the toilet, they didn't have toilet paper. And it's believed that you use your left hand when you're going to do the number two, and they feel like your left hand isn't clean. But it's like, in this day and age, when we're using toilet paper, when we have soap and water to wash our hands, it's like we have sanitizers, your hand clean. The tradition has stuck. The tradition has stuck. So, yeah. So let me just go to another comment here before I quickly go into some more stuff that was in the Diaspora Pack. Hi, I just joined the live session. I'm not sure if the question was asked before, how much money one will need before moving to Ghana. How much money somebody needs, it's not a question I usually give a specific number to, but what I'll tell you is that you have to consider, Morikel, I hope I pronounced that correctly, is that you have to consider what type of lifestyle do you want to live? That's the first question, because a lot of times people want to maintain a certain type of lifestyle. Then you can expect that it's going to cost a little bit more, because some of the things that people want to maintain when they move to Ghana require imported products. So like, I knew somebody who everything that he wanted was products that were all imported products. So he's going to spend more money because the products are imported. So that's going to add to your budget. So like, let's say a body lotion, you can get a locally made shea butter or cocoa butter. And instead of buying that locally made one that would be 10 Ghana cedis, which is like $2 or something, you end up going and buying something that's imported from the US, and that might cost you 30 Ghana cedis. So you're spending more money because you want something that's imported. So depending on your lifestyle, you have to budget. The other thing is rent. Considering that rent in Ghana, it's not like in America and in Canada, and I'm not sure what they do in the UK, but in America and Canada, they only ask you for 2 months up front. So the first month, last month rent is what they call it. So that's 2 months rent up front before you move in. But in Ghana, they ask you for 12 months rent up front, 1 year, or 2 years. Some of the landlords want 2 years up front. But legally, it's only supposed to be 6 months up front. So even if it's somebody who's willing to give you 6 months up front, you need 6 months rent up to a year up front to pay. And then you have your living expenses. So figure out how much you're willing to spend on rent, because rent can range anywhere from like, $300 up to $4,000 or $5,000 a month, depending on where you want to live, the neighborhood you want to live in. So like if you live close to the U.S. Embassy, rent is really high close to the U.S. Embassy. If you live in the East Legon neighborhood, the rent is high, but it's not as high as being close to the U.S. Embassy. So depending on where you live, the rent is going to be higher. So you have to make all those calculations and then figure out how much you think you need. But I would say you should have at least 1 year rent, at least 1 year rent and living expenses ahead before you make a move to Ghana. Minimum, bare minimum, you need that. So you figure out what that is for you, and then you can figure out how much you think you need. The other thing is you should also try to have medical expenses, have a budget for medical expenses that you've saved so that you have a buffer for any potential emergencies. And then also have a budget for potential emergencies where you live. Landlords don't take responsibility in the same way that landlords take responsibility. I'm experienced with Canada and the US. I'm not experienced with the UK, but Canada and the US, when you rent somewhere, your landlord is responsible. If my toilet's broken, I'll call the landlord. Landlord will come fix it. In Ghana, when you call a landlord, sometimes the landlord never comes, and then you end up fixing it yourself. So that's something to consider with your budget as well. So that's what I say is people forget your dream, MD. We're trying to get to I was trying to get to a comment and somehow I skipped forward by mistake. Thank you so much, Mega C, for this super sticker. I really appreciate it so much. Yes, I'm on Patreon. I rarely use it. That's why I haven't really promoted it. I had started to promote it, but I haven't been able to put content there. But I am on Patreon. I will put it in the comments what the link is to my Patreon. It's I have just put it in the comments. I have just put in the comments. Okay, so let me go back to the comments. There's a lot of comments here today. Thank you so much, all of you who've joined. Okay, I'm back. The internet was acting up there. Thank you for your patience. Fabio Faye says, YouTube is my go-to for Ghanaian and African content because otherwise everything aired in the West is negative. The more Ghana African content on YouTube, the merrier. It's mostly positive on here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And then Tabasco says, I've noticed a lot of Nigerians, particularly females, making videos about Ghana. It's boring, copy and paste stuff. Kwame Osei says, the right of return has put Ghana on the map with more than 1 million Africans from the diaspora visiting Ghana, with some of them making Ghana their home. It is definitely a place people are making home. As far as travel and tourism goes, the people don't know this, but the top tourists from Africa who come to Ghana are Nigerians, which I guess is getting obvious with the videos of people from Nigeria and Ghana. But the number one Africans who come to Ghana are people from Nigeria. That's what the statistics show in tourism. So it's definitely an easy trip for people to come from Nigeria to Ghana. I think the flight is like 45 minutes, not even. So it's quite an easy weekend getaway that people do when they come. So yeah. Let's see. Kwame Osei says you would need 150K plus, including renting, buying a house. Renting in Accra is very expensive, and you pay 1 to 3 years in advance plus car. Diasporans will be advised to buy a car. Okay, so he's giving a response to the question about how much money you need to move to Ghana. And I don't like to give numbers because it all depends on the lifestyle a person wants to live. Because I know some people who moved to Ghana, but they decided to move to Cape Coast, or they moved to Kumasi because the lifestyle was a lot less. They could live on half the money that they would need in Accra. They could live in those other places. So it all depends on what a person wants. But thank you for giving that number, Kwame, so much. Can non-resident buy property in Ghana? Yes, non-residents can buy property in Ghana. As long as you have the money to buy, and as long as you do your research on the legitimacy of the person selling you the property, you can buy. Definitely, you can buy. Keisha McDermott, hey, Miss Ivy, hey. And Shay TBD, renting in a lot of African nations, pre-inspection, repairs, and maintenance is not a thing. Be prepared to patch leaks, purchase or replace appliances, paint and redo flooring, even out of pocket. Yes. There are many areas in Ghana to live on the very low budget side of things. Kofi is right. There are places you can live in Ghana on a lower budget if you are willing to live outside of the greater Accra region. Now, considering the industry you want to live in is very key factor as to where you choose to live. Because of course, if you're working in an industry where the corporate offices are in Accra, then that's where you're going to be. But if you're working in other industries where you don't have to be in Accra, then it's definitely easier for you to migrate to somewhere else. Keisha says, I'm just tuning in. Do you know of the diaspora needing a Ghana card to purchase land? I heard it's a new law now. There's a lot of things that are changing right now with respect to the Ghana card being needed for things. I'll have to verify that. I know that, yeah, there's some changes that have been made, but let me verify that information and then get back to you. I should probably do a video on that. I have somebody who's in the property and land industry that will actually be doing an interview with soon. She's an architect and does property development. And so we actually spoke on the phone recently, and she said that she's willing to come on the channel and talk about what she does. So I will have that as one of the things to ask her when we do the interview, when I do the interview with her. To discuss what she does. Roost Diaspora, thank you so much. I really appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. So for those of you tuning in today who tuned in late, today I was talking about moving to Ghana, as well as talking about the Diaspora Info Pack that was released by the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. They're very much involved in business in Ghana and helping people who are starting businesses in Ghana. And then they've started the Diaspora Investment Desk, which is helping the diaspora with information when they make the move to Ghana about doing business and investing. So I've gone through quite a bit of information that I had read in their investment pack, because I got it and I read through it. I read through it again, and I was like, let me go and share some of this information that I've read on a live stream, because I know it'll be helpful for people. And so, so going back to that pack, they also talked about the retail industry, and that the Ghana's retail industry is definitely something that's growing, currently valued at about 24 billion and expected to grow to over 33 billion by 2024. So that's within the next few years. And this is according to the Global Retail Development Index. That is the projection. So they're really trying to support people in promoting starting factories, manufacturing, because it's something that is definitely needed. So now, if you're looking to go into manufacturing when it comes to the retail industry, it's something you have to really be in the long haul for, because it does require a lot of investment, a lot of capital, and a lot of training of people, because manufacturing and factories are not something that are huge in Ghana. It is something that is that you would definitely have to invest a lot of time, because when I think about factory work, when I was in high school, I worked in a factory. I remember working in a factory, and it was like the same motions over and over again. Um, I worked in a Revlon factory at one point when I was 16, and the makeup compact would go by, and the machine would dab glue on it, and then my job was to lift up the compact, which was like blush or face powder, and then I would drop it in, and then we just go like that, and the motion was like constant for like 8 hours of just putting this compact. I never looked at the makeup compact the same after that. um, and Thank you, Takesha. Thank you so much for your super chat. I appreciate it. And so with the manufacturing, it's very important that you understand that you're going to be putting money into training your team. And this is across so many sectors, whether it's in food processing, or whether it's in the fashion business. And there's a small emerging industry of luxury goods that people are really, really trying to push, because when people think about luxury, they often don't think about Africa. But Africa has its own luxury goods as well. And people are really working hard towards growing the luxury industry. We have Viola Labby here, who says, yes, more luxury retailers are coming into Ghana. She's also working in the retail space. She works in luxury industry with her business. And I think it's important to understand. And I think in going into the spaces of Africa, sometimes people just think it's about getting cheap stuff out all the time. But we have to really start to nurture the concept of having the different scales. So you have the cheap, you can have the middle, you can have the upscale luxury. I mean, we see it all the time. People who are in America or Canada or even the UK will get this analysis that I'm talking about, or even Europe, where you have the gap, but then you have Old Navy, which is the lower end, you have the Gap, which is the middle, then you have Banana Republic, the higher. So you have three levels within the same company. If we have more of that happening in the African spaces, you see more industries, growing and spreading their wings, between low end, middle end, and high end. It doesn't mean that you have to be in all. You can choose to be in luxury. You can choose you want to be in middle range or low range. People get on planes in Ghana and fly to Dubai to go shopping because they want to buy luxury goods. Why can't we do that here in the continent of Africa? Have our own goods in the luxury market and be able to be like, hey, I got luxury, I got luxury, I got luxury, So yeah, it's definitely a space that I think needs more investment and needs more intention when it comes to the luxury goods. So manufacturing in the retail space is very important. Kwame will say you need a Ghana card. It's very essential for things like registering a car, opening a bank account, and even buying property. The Ghana card is about 250 Ghana cedis from the NIA. They're really trying to they're really pushing people to use the Ghana card for so many things now, and that wasn't the case before. Before, you can use a passport, and other ID, but they're really trying to push the Ghana card now. So I need to get more information on that and share that with you on another live stream. And Takesha says, how do the diaspora go about getting? I know that you have to get residency before you can even look at getting a Ghana card. So if you don't have residency status, you can't get a Ghana card. That is my understanding from my knowledge. Hello, Ivy. Thank you for all you do. Can you kindly share with me the contact of potato farmer in the Volta region? Thanks. Sending love from Boston. Joshua, can you send me an email and I'll send you, I'm not going to put the information on here right now, but you can send me an email, Joshua, please. My email is info@iprosper.com. I'll put it on the screen right now for you, Joshua. That's my email address. Please email me and please put in the subject line that you're looking to get the potato farmers information, and then I know to respond. So please put that in the subject line so it doesn't get lost in the shuffle, because I do get a lot of emails, not just from YouTube, but from others that I do as well. Do send a message via email, and I'll get you in touch. I'll get you in touch for that. Takesha says, you're right, Ghana needs more manufacturing jobs. Definitely, definitely. I recently went to, there's a gentleman who does clothing. I went to his property, and he actually has a small scale factory where he has, I think there was like 12 sewing machines. And so he's slowly scaling up. So it's something that we definitely need to be growing here, because manufacturing on the continent is something that could become a very prosperous thing. Okay, so let me go back to the information that I was talking about earlier from the Diaspora Info Pack that was shared by the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. Another industry which I touched on quickly that they talked about in their booklet is the oil and gas industry, that it continues to be an industry in Ghana that is growing. And they're talking about growth in crude oil refining, getting into the business of storing of oil and the quality systems and the value chain. So that's another industry that people can consider. I've talked about manufacturing because that's something that they also talked about too. So when it comes to relocation to Ghana, there is always a process that you have to go through. First, you have to enter the country. Typically, people enter the country as tourists when they come, and then when they stay for a period of time, they apply for residency status. So when you come as a tourist, so basically, Ghana has the right of abode, which is a law that's been a law for 20 years, which basically says people of African descent, Black people, have the right to stay in the country. And you won't be kicked out of the country. But that being said, you are supposed to go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to apply for the right of abode. And that happens after you've been in the country and you've renewed your visa, and then you go to them and say that you want to apply for the right of abode. That's with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. So, but when it comes to entering the country, most people need a visa to enter the country. There are some countries that are visa free to come. Trying to think off the top of my head which ones are visa free. I know that the West African countries, which are the ECOWAS countries, are visa free to come to Ghana. There's also, I think Kenya is also visa free to come to Ghana. Egypt is also visa free to come to Ghana. And I'm trying to think off the top of my head, but those are the ones I know for sure off the top of my head. And Jamaica also is visa free coming to Ghana. Trinidad and Tobago is also visa free coming to Ghana if you have a passport from Jamaica. Not that you're just say you're Jamaican, because I have friends in Canada who are Jamaican, but they don't have a Jamaican passport. So you have to have a Jamaican passport, and you have to have a Trinidad and Tobago passport for visa free in Ghana. So anyway, you would go to Ghana Immigration for visas to come to Ghana. Or to the Ghana Embassy in your country. So you look for the Ghana Embassy in your home country to find out about the costs and requirements of getting a visa in your country, because it's different for every country. So you got to make sure it's for yours. And so when you're doing a visa application, they do require that you include 2 passport photos, and they want references. They usually ask you for an invitation letter or reference of somebody, which a lot of people are like, why do I need an invitation letter, especially if you don't know someone? So when you don't know somebody, what people usually do is they just get a letter from the hotel they're going to be staying or the Airbnb they're going to be staying, stating that you're staying in their place for your accommodations while you're in Ghana. If you're planning on working in Ghana, you would have to eventually apply for a work permit, residence permit, and that can be done through your employer. If you are employed by somebody, you can do that, and that would be done at Ghana Immigration Services once you're already in the country. Okay, and so once you have your if you're doing a work permit application, they also ask for a resume to be included. They'll ask for a police report from your country of residence. So again, if you are applying for residency status in Ghana, they will want you to have a police report from your home country, that they do a police search to see if you have any questionable things in your background. And then they'll want copies of your passport, and I believe they do medical reports as well. This is common. There's a lot of people who don't know. Like, I know people who went to get work permits, citizenship and stuff in the U.S., and they had to do all kinds of medical exams. So this is not uncommon for countries to do medical exams before they allow you to get citizenship or residency status. So keep that in mind. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I may have missed, but those are the things that I know for sure that you would need when you come to Ghana, if you're coming with the intention of work permit and residency. And then if you're doing business, I think there's some kind of form you're supposed to fill out, some certificate of that you're starting business, and then proof of incorporation of your business, those kinds of things. And then you have to go to the Ministry of Interior if you're trying to get status based on your business being an investment and your business providing jobs for people in the country. So there's so many things that you have to look at when you're looking at relocating to Ghana. But most people, they come on their tourist visa, and then once they're in the country, they start to do the things that they're trying to do. Yeah. So let me go to the comments before I start to wrap up, because I want to wrap up soon. Did the packet speak of jobs that may be available for diaspora? Many of us would have already repatriated if we could secure a job. I didn't see information about specific job listings in the pack. Yeah, I didn't see information about specific job listings. Mostly a lot of information about investment potential. And I think it's because they know that a lot of people come, and because it is the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, a lot of people come with the purpose of coming to start a business, invest in a business, collaborate with businesses. If you're looking for jobs, you should be looking at LinkedIn. A lot of people don't realize how powerful LinkedIn is. I'm always getting job alerts in Ghana on LinkedIn on a regular basis. So the same things that you use when you're looking for jobs in the US or whatever countries you're in, Canada, UK, Australia, Germany, wherever you are, LinkedIn, believe it or not, is a very resourceful tool. A lot of people use LinkedIn to find work in Ghana. And it's also an opportunity to network. So you can use LinkedIn, you reach out to someone, you send them a message, you let them know who you are, you're looking to, come to Ghana, whatever it may be, and you can start the conversations before you even get there and find out what's available. The other thing is a lot of embassies hire people, foreign nationals, to come and work in Ghana. So embassies, jobs that, like, if a job at the US embassy, if you're an American citizen and you get a job at the US embassy, that's like great, because you're getting paid. You are going to get paid very well if you're working at the US embassy in Ghana. Because I actually met someone who's working for the US embassy, and she's being paid very well. So look at the US Embassy website and see if they have jobs available in Ghana, if you're looking at Ghana, or if you're looking at another African country. And then sometimes there's embassies that you don't have to be a citizen of their country to be a person working there. Like, there was a lady who's from the UK who was working at the US Embassy. and she's not an American citizen, but she's working at the U.S. Embassy. So looking at the embassy websites, looking at NGOs, like a lot of NGOs will hire people and pay you in US dollars. So looking at the NGOs, looking at their websites directly to find out if they're hiring, that's another way to find work. When you go to the websites and you let them know you're trying to relocate to Ghana, you can talk to them. And then educational institutions. I knew somebody who was living in London, and she ended up getting recruited to work at a private high school in Ghana, and she was being paid in British pounds. They paid the rent for her house, and they paid her enough money to buy a car. Every educational institution is different, but the one she was at, that's the perk that she got when she came to Ghana. But looking at those areas to help you with finding work is a great way to look at jobs. Let's see. Shay TBD says volunteering with NGOs is a good way to get work permit and residency. Yeah, there's actually people who've done that. I met someone from Canada who was volunteering with an NGO, and the NGO got them their residency status and all that, and they got a small allowance that was enough to like eat and live off of. But in the meantime, it gave them the status to be living in the country. And once you've been living in the country for a while, it's easier for you to renew. Even if you don't renew with the same people that you were working with when you got it. So that's very important as well. Someone just posted here, Viola, Twitter Ghana is hiring as we speak. Yes, thank you, Viola, for coming through with that information. Twitter is hiring, and I know Google's hiring too. I saw Google was, I got a message from someone about Google hiring just this afternoon. You're welcome, Tisha. I really appreciate your questions. So let me wrap up. I just gave you the highlights of some of the things that were in the info pack that was from the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. I have been on for quite a while, over 2 hours now, and I had planned to be on just for an hour, but it's turned out to be a good live. Thank you so much, everybody who is here today and who joined live. Message here from Lizel. I hope I said your name correctly. When you say your friend is getting paid really well at U.S. Embassy in Ghana, is that by Ghana standards or U.S. or European standards? I'm going by U.S. standards that they're getting paid well, which would be phenomenal by Ghana standards. Yes. So everybody, thank you so much for joining today for this live stream where I talked about moving to Ghana. I talked about the information in the Diaspora Investment Pack, a Diaspora Info Pack from the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. For those of you who joined late, you'll have to watch from the beginning to check everything I talked about, but I'll put on the screen the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. That's their website if you want to go to their website to get more information from them. And then the Diaspora Investment Desk, which I mentioned, they have information for diasporas that they are compiling, and they can give you some information as well. You can find them on Instagram, and they are very responsive on the Instagram page. I briefly mentioned the African Continental Free Trade Area. You can Google them and find more information about them, because it can help you to determine the kind of business you want to get into with respect to if you're looking at trade between African countries. It's an opportunity. LXHR Solutions helps with providing information on jobs. So if you are looking to be recruitment for jobs, you can go to LXHR Solutions, Google their website, and they can certainly be of help to you. I also mentioned Diaspora is a networking organization that helps the returnees and diasporas when they come to Ghana. That is my email address, info@ivyprosper.com, if you want to send me an email with a question. Wait, somebody just put a comment here. Shay TBD says, U.S. Embassy in Ghana pays minimum $40,000, which is very comfy in Ghana. It is more than comfy in Ghana. More than comfy in Ghana. So thank you for that information. So thank you everybody today who has joined this live stream today. My name is Ivy Prosper, your guide on Ghana, giving you information today from the Ghana Investment Promotion Center that released the Diaspora Info Pack this week. And I wanted to share some of that information to you because I thought it would be helpful for some of you who are looking to move to Ghana and get information about Ghana. Thank you so much for watching today. I appreciate you. I am signing off of this live stream. And don't forget, if you like my video, to hit the like button. If you think other people would love this information, to share this video. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. That would really be wonderful. And I'm going to sign off for today. Watch out for new videos that I have coming up throughout the week. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And have yourself a fantastic evening, night, morning, afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Thanks for watching.